A few weeks ago, I reviewed Anthropic's free AI degree, and a viewer said something that stuck with me. He said it read like a brochure, not a review, and he was right. So I went back and did it properly. All 20 courses, graded honestly, with the real difficulty, the real hours, and the one thing each course quietly won't teach you: no hype, no thumbnail math. Let's grade the whole thing. First, let's be honest about that word degree, because a lot of you have pointed this out. This isn't a degree. There's no accreditation, no admissions, no professor grading your work, and no institution standing behind it. It's a catalog of short courses that hand you a completion certificate. Calling it a degree is marketing. But here's the fair part: the teaching is real, it's genuinely good, and it costs nothing. So we're going to hold it to the standard it claims for itself. We'll grade it like the degree it wants to be. Here's how I'm grading each course so every card means the same thing. Difficulty 1 to 5. How hard it actually is, not how hard the page pretends. Real time, the honest hours, once you count the hands on work, sitting right next to the number on the label. The prerequisite you actually need, the one thing it won't teach you, and a plain verdict. The same X ray on all 20. Let's start at the beginning. Track 1. Start here. 3 courses to get genuinely good with Claude, whether or not you write a single line of code. Claude 101. Difficulty 1 out of 5. The label says about an hour, and honestly, that's close, maybe 2, if you actually try the examples. No prerequisites at all. What it won't teach you is anything about building software. But that's fine, because this is the course that takes someone using Claude like a search box and shows them the 90% they've been missing. Verdict: the perfect starting point for almost everyone. AI fluency, framework and foundations. Difficulty 2. 14 short lectures, about an hour on the label. Closer to 2 or 3 if you do the thinking it asks for. No prerequisites, and it was genuinely co-designed with university professors. What it won't teach you is how to build with AI, or how to fix it when it's confidently wrong. It teaches you how to think and how to delegate. Verdict: the best mindset course here, as long as you remember its orientation, not the destination. AI capabilities and limitations. Difficulty 1. 13 tiny lectures, 15 minutes total. No prerequisites, nothing hands on. What it won't teach you is, well, anything you can build with. What it will do is quietly fix the wrong assumptions beginners carry about what AI can and can't actually do. Verdict: a painless 15-minute reality check. Just take it. Track 2. Claude Code and Agents. If you write any code at all, this is the track that pays your rent. It's also where the difficulty suddenly jumps. Claude Code 101. Difficulty 3. And this is where the label starts lying to you. It says 90 minutes. But you cannot watch this course. You have to install Claude Code, wire it into your terminal and your editor, and actually run it. So real time is more like 4 or 5 hours. The prerequisite the page stays quiet about: you need to be comfortable on a command line, and you need a paid plan or an API key. What it won't teach you is your own project's logic, or how to catch it when it quietly breaks something. Verdict: still the single best 90 minutes in the catalog if you write code. Claude Code in action. Difficulty 3. 15 lectures, an hour on paper, 3 or 4 in reality, once you're running it on a real project. Prerequisite: you've finished 101. What it won't teach you is how to manage context on a big code base, which is the exact thing that trips people up in production. Verdict: the natural next step the moment Claude Code clicks for you. Now 2 tiny ones together, because they're both short and both worth it. Introduction to Agent Skills, 6 lessons, and Introduction to Sub-Agents, 4 lessons. Difficulty 2 each, an hour or so a piece. Prerequisite: you're already using Claude Code. Skills stops you from typing the same instructions over and over. Sub-agents lets you hand big jobs to helpers so you don't run out of context. Neither one teaches real multi agent orchestration. But that isn't their job. Verdict tiny courses, outsized payoff. Take them right after inaction. Quick thing, and it fits the theme. Let me x ray this channel for 1 second. The skeleton here is simple. I do the expensive homework the hype videos skip, and I give you the honest grade, even when it's the less flattering one. And real talk, about 90% of you watching aren't backing the channel yet. So here's the honest ask. On YouTube, hit join and become a member. On Facebook, hit subscribe, which is the supporter button. And that is literally what keeps the lights on here. And if a paid membership isn't for you, just subscribing on YouTube is free. And it tells the algorithm to send more people the honest version. Okay, back to the report card. Track 3 is a single course, Introduction to Claude Cowork. Difficulty 1, 14 short lectures, about 30 minutes, no prerequisites. What it won't teach you much of is anything technical, because this is really product onboarding, a guided tour of Claude working on your actual files instead of just chatting in a box. Verdict 30 honest minutes, and the clearest look at where all of this is heading. Track 4, build on the platform. This is the deep end, where you build your own software on top of Claude, and where the honest hours get very serious. Claude Platform 101. Difficulty 2. Around 18 lessons, a couple of hours. Prerequisite, you're comfortable in the chat and ready to build something real. What it won't teach you is any of the production concerns that come later. The cost, the latency, the reliability. Verdict, the right on-ramp before you dive into the deep end. Don't skip it. And here's the deep end itself. Building with the Claude API difficulty, 5 out of 5, and the widest gap between the label and reality in the entire catalog. 84 lectures, 8 hours of video, but once you count the labs, you're realistically looking at 20 hours or more. The page says no formal prerequisites, and that one line has burned a lot of beginners because it quietly assumes you already write Python. What it won't teach you is the hardest part of real work, debugging when the model is wrong and keeping the whole thing cheap and fast. Verdict, the most valuable course here by a mile, but only if you can already code, and only if you respect how big it really is. The two model context protocol courses together, Introduction to MCP, 16 lectures, about an hour, difficulty 3, and MCP Advanced Topics, 15 lectures, difficulty 4. This is how you connect Claude to real tools and real data. Prerequisite, Python, and something you've already built. What neither one teaches is the messy reality, because as one senior engineer who builds these for a living put it, the clean abstractions break the moment you hit real tool use. The courses show the tidy demo. Verdict, take the intro to get in the door and only come back to advanced after you've actually shipped one. Now watch this closely. Claude with Amazon Bedrock, 85 lectures, 8 hours, 10 quizzes. And Claude with Google Vertex AI, 85 lectures, 8 hours, 10 quizzes. That is not a typo. They are effectively the same enormous course, taught twice, once for each cloud. Difficulty 5, and both assume Python plus an account on that specific platform. What they won't teach you is anything useful if you're not already on Amazon or Google. Verdict, world class if your company lives on that exact cloud, completely skippable if it doesn't. Take at most one. Which brings us to track 5, and the honest answer to why the number says 20. 6 of these courses are the same course. AI, fluency for educators, for students, for non-profits, for small businesses, for builders, and teaching AI fluency. Every one of them is that same 4-part framework from earlier, recut for a different audience, and most run well under an hour. Difficulty 1, what they won't teach you is anything new if you've already done the core fluency course. Verdict, this right here is where the 20 comes from. Take the single one that matches your role and skip the other 5 entirely. So let's add it up. 20 courses on the page. But once you collapse the 6 reskins down to the one you'd actually take, and count the 2 identical cloud courses as a single choice, you're really looking at about 14 distinct courses. Still genuinely valuable, still free, but a good bit smaller than the number on the box. As a free education, I'd give it a strong B. As a degree, the thing it calls itself, it has a real problem. And it's not the courses that are there, it's the ones that aren't. Because here's what no course in this entire catalog covers, and it's the exact stuff that decides whether anything you build survives contact with real users. 3 missing courses, a whole missing wing of the building. And this is the part that separates a stack of certificates from an actual hireable skill. Missing 1, context management. Bigger context windows are not automatically smarter. Research from Chroma across 18 models with Claude included found accuracy can drop by more than 30% when the key fact is buried in the middle of a long prompt. And a window that holds 200,000 tokens can start failing at 50. Missing 2, evals, which is how you prove your AI actually works before a customer finds out it doesn't. Anthropic's own engineers call it the hardest problem in the field, and missing 3, cost and latency, the boring stuff that quietly kills real projects. A single feature can eat a $250,000 monthly bill, and if your app is slow, users simply leave. None of that is anywhere in the 20. So here's the honest part the degree should have handed you on day 1. Do Claude 101 and the Fluency course for the mindset. If you write code, do Claude Code 101 and the API course for the hands. Take exactly 1 cloud course and exactly 1 Fluency reskin, and skip every duplicate. Then go build the missing wing yourself. For context, read Anthropic's own guide on context engineering. For evals, read their evals playbook. For the real-world traps, read Armin Ronicher's field notes on why agents are still hard. That's 4 free reads, and they're what turned this pile of certificates into something a company will actually pay for. So, the final grade. As a free way to get genuinely good with Claude, this is one of the best resources on the entire internet, and you should absolutely use it. Just walk in with your eyes open. It's smaller than 20, it is not really a degree, and it stops right where the hard part begins. Treat it as the foundation, not the finish line, and it is worth every single free minute. I put the whole report card into one free PDF, so you don't have to pause and take notes. Every one of the 20 courses with its honest grade, its real time, and its prerequisite. The 6 reskins flagged, the 3 missing courses, and the exact free links to fill each gap. To get it, just comment the word X-ray on this video, and my bot will send it straight to you. That's all 20, graded honestly, the way that first review should have done it. If it saved you time, or a wrong turn, the best way to say thanks is to back the channel. Become a member here on YouTube and a subscriber on Facebook. That support is what keeps these deep dives coming. Comment the word X-ray for the free report card and follow along on Instagram for bite-sized AI between the big ones. And if you want the full operator playbooks, my paid guides are linked right below this video. This is Hyperautomation Labs. I'll see you in the next one.